Good day, loves. Welcome back to the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast. Um, welcome. This is episode 123, and it's super special, as you can probably tell from the title, because we are getting into a special announcement for Thrive Zone, which is an event coming up in January that is packed with so much healing, so much goodness, so much connection with yourself, with others. And it's a perfect event to talk about on Shine Day because um if you don't know who I am, good day, love. I'm Coach Tensi, and this is
I'm Coach Soul.
we are Ufulu Child. Ufulu means freedom, and Shine Day is one of the Freedom Five, which is five things that we do on a daily basis in order to bring alignment with your highest vision of freedom, holistic health, and truth. That is true always. So that is what this event is all about. It's about the Freedom Five. It's about the Thrive Zone. So coming from that space where you love what you're doing, what you need, and it's also what you are ready for and called to in your spirit. Okay. So, um, welcome indeed. This is launch day. Okay. So this is the day that Thrive Zone is now available, y'all. It's now available for you to reserve your spot in it. And we're just going to peel back the layers as to how we came up with the idea and talk a little bit more about the purpose and what you can expect.
Yeah, so we've actually been planning this event for probably 3 or 4 years now. Off and on, kind of ongoing, building different aspects of it, taking away other aspects of it. It's not an event that, will be just done one time. It'll be done a few times or hosted a few times, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an event that is designed to be what we call in Ufulu Child, terminology, a reset. So the concept of a reset is not just distract from the problem and then go back to the problem. It's more so um, realigning with who you want to be in facing the problem and then going back to the problem. So it is stepping away from the problem. You do get your mind off of things for a second, but it's for the purpose of still acknowledging that what I'm calling the problem, which is obviously more so the problems, exist, acknowledging they exist and aligning yourself with the highest vision of yourself that you want to be, and then returning to doing the daily work in facing those problems um, uh, as your best self, right? That you can manage now. And so that's what a reset is in the Fulu Child world. And Thrive Zone is the event that we will host as many times as the community needs to help provide working moms and their families and dads and husbands and uh, um, people a reset.
Yeah. So
4 years. So we got serious about planning
the story
time. We got serious about planning the this year, you could say, well, I guess next year, because January 20th, 2025. Next year's actual physical event, when we came across an opportunity for a grant, and we were like, oh yeah, we can do the event that we keep talking about. And so we wrote the grant, we got the grant, and we decided that Thrive Zone, the event, was going to be what we did with the grant money. And so it was just a little bit of chump change, but we're going to make it happen, and we're going to make it as impactful as possible. And so when you guys come out to the event, and not only, you support the event by getting a ticket, but you show up, and you show up with an open mind and the intention to reset your mind, your heart, your spirit, then we'll have all the fuel that we need to go ahead and put on the event again later in 2025, or possibly in 2026. But we're aiming for at least 2 times a year or so.
Yeah. So it's a blessing because, well, first of all, for the sake of the grant, just got to mention that it's a project that's supported in part by the city of Austin
Mhm.
and their economic development department. And this event, it is so, like, every little piece of it is crafted with intention. Like, and what I mean by that is, from the facilitators to the artists to the people, the resources being shared, everything is geared toward healing. Everything is geared toward realigning you in different aspects of your lifestyle, or different aspects of um, what's just needed for holistic health with your vision of freedom. And so every person that's involved carries within their heart and their spirit, and has been proven again and again through their actions and through what they put out into the world, that they are on a mission of helping other freedom seekers, other truth tellers, and other moms really become more of themselves. And everyone's messages are positive, are empowering. When it comes to the artist, you're going to hear music that is fire, is going to get you hyped, but it's also like, it has great words, it has great content, great, the lyrics are empowering you. You feel stirred in your spirit and your soul, and it's like, man, I can do this, Or when we're talking about movement facilitators that are facilitating the freedom and movement workshop, these are people that they have their own practices whenever it comes to movement, that it's not just moving their bodies, not just dancing, but they dance to embody their highest, their best, their truest selves. And so they're bringing that body intelligence, they're bringing their expertise, they're bringing their joy. There are people that will be on site, like and we'll share the names, we'll drop them as we get closer in the days, for like with the big display or whatever. But these are people that they have experience in working with kids that have been on the spectrum, or have been labeled with any sort of disability or whatever have you in society, or affected in that way. These are people that care deeply. All of them are working moms as well, and and they have their families that will likely also be in attendance. So this is a very aligned, a very family friendly, and a very beautiful place where, if you are someone that in your spirit you're like, man, I see all these problems in the world, like, I don't really want to, um I don't want my kids to inherit all of the broken patterns whenever it comes to health, all the broken patterns when it comes to finding and building community and pursuing your passion, and honoring yourself enough to also honor your playtime, and this is like an event that breaks down those illusions and those truths that we've been sold, that we've bought, that we have inherited from our, maybe our parents, or society, or whatever, and really just allows for that door to open. Like, here are practical, here are realistic and sustainable ways that we can really fuel ourselves up, empower ourselves up, strengthen our relationships, strengthen our community, strengthen our health. So especially if you know someone that ever had an autoimmune condition, or you as a working mom have an autoimmune condition, or maybe you're struggling, or someone in your household is struggling with obesity or anything like that, y'all, be in the room, be in the room. Yeah.
So there are some aspects of two sides of this event that we want to highlight in today's episode of the podcast, just so that you get a full idea of what you can expect when you walk in the door and for when you leave the door. One of which is the adult section, and the other is the kids corner.
Mhm.
And so, first thing we want to talk about is after the introductions are complete, the first activity that on the adult side will be facilitating, which is a healing hip hop soul concert. Healing hip hop soul concert. And that's one of the highlights of the night. It's one of the most hype
Day.
day. Pardon me. It's not gonna happen at nighttime. Doors open at 12, basically. But healing hip hop soul concert. So what should we do after we get introductions and things out the way, itinerary, all of that, is healing hip hop lyrics, some great vibes, something to move to, and performers, myself and Tensi included, others that we'll review as we get closer and closer to the day, that embody community in their work, right?
Yes.
Embody a high level of community engagement in their work and community knowledge, right? The knowledge of what the community is going through and whatnot in their lyrics and in their approach to making music and performing music. So we're going to have a concert that's, packed with love, inspiration,
Talent.
motivation, and high level talent.
Yes.
After the hip hop soul concert, healing hip hop soul concert, that's the word I was looking for, healing. After the healing hip hop soul concert, we're actually going to move into a sound healing meditation, which is an important aspect of Thrive Zone because, first of all, it's a way to get from the hype space of a hip hop concert into the grounded space of what we're actually doing there, as well as move from one version of a sound bath to another version of a sound bath, which will realign and kick into gear certain frequencies in your mind to really have you connect to the space and connect to each other in the space and make it feel more cozy and familial within the space. The meditation itself will be guided by me, and then in the background there will also be original healing sounds, sound bath going on to support your experience in meditation. It's not going to be too long. We're not going to be meditating for an hour or anything like that, but we're going to really deepen our spiritual connection again with ourselves, with our self-knowledge of self, and with the space that we're in sharing together. Because after the meditation, we're actually on the adult side going to move into what I call the meat and potatoes of the event itself, Thrive Zone, which is which is the True Reflection Circle. The True Reflection Circle is what you're coming to experience, but also you're coming to experience the whole
It all works together.
Thrive Zone, right, pie, if you will, all of the pieces being important, and this is just the biggest chunk of time. The True Reflection Circle is 1 hour. It's part presentation, part discussion.
It's interactive.
Yeah, very interactive. There will be a presentation that I give, and there will be multiple moments of community discussion where we give our perspective. We contribute from our own stories.
You share your stories,
knowledge, and perspective. We generate some new ideas for solutions, right? All of these things, and that's going to be really, really great.
Yeah.
Also, it's there may be points of disagreement with what I say in the presentation itself, and so that's why there's multiple discussions throughout the presentation so that we can get your perspective, whether you agree with my perspective or not, and share in the community of the intentionality of solution building and solution
Yes.
creation.
Because that's what it's about. Like, we don't have enough meaningful conversations
Yeah.
whenever it comes to the community events I've seen, and that's been like a big kind of like, oh man, kind of pain point whenever I go out to an event. It's kind of just like a networking circle whenever there's like an icebreaker for us to connect or something. But this is digging beneath the surface a bit, and really getting to the heart of what matters to us and what we want to pass on to our babies, and just embody in our lives, like that freeness and that recognition of truth, and filtering through all of the BS in the world. So
Yeah.
it's phenomenal.
And trust, it's going to, the True Reflection Circle is definitely going to tap on and push the button of, are you sure that you want to continue to normalize the things that are harmful that we've normalized in today's Austin, Texas, in today's America, in today's Western world, and in today's technologically sophisticated world across the whole world?
Yeah.
Are we sure we want to keep participating in the game they make us play?
The game,
and defining what that game is.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And you're
so
also,
that's the truth. Sorry.
And you're also owning your story while you're at it. So it's not pushing it down. It's not saying that it's not, worthy of talking about, but it's truly like acknowledging it and all of the things.
Yep. So that's the True Reflection Circle, and that's going to be an hour. After that, after the True Reflection Circle, and we got to do community, and we got to do solution creation, and we got to take notes and share in a loving space with each other. Then, and gain some knowledge from the presentation, of course, and some perspective. Then we move on into a freedom dance party, if you will, an intentional movement side of things, facilitated and led by an expert. What does she call herself? What does she call her movement? Body intelligence. Yeah.
Yes. Phenomenal
person.
Phenomenal work too. Yeah.
Who doesn't lead you in merely like, okay, do these steps and then you'll feel happy, but actually kind of gets deep into the psychology of why you're doing certain things, and why she is smiling the whole time, and like all of the mechanisms that are going on behind what she's asking and telling you guys to do. The kids are invited to come out of the kids corner and join the dance party. It's going to be really, really fun, as well as get the energy back up from the meditation and the community circle that was more conversational, to get it back up into some fun. Mm-hmm.
And one of the really cool things is about this particular facilitator for the movement session, for the adult side. There's also another one for the kids side, but this actually, the kids can join in the whole thing, but there is a on-site.
There's
other
on-site
people that are just specifically their eyes, their attention are on the kids to make sure that they're good at all times. So this is beautiful, because this is about like how a lot of our emotions get stuck in our bodies. So part of the meditation that we'll just be finishing is processing those emotions, utilizing the breath, and there's some visualization in there a little bit. But then when we get into movement, one way to process those emotions is through movement. We have to move through it. And the facilitator for this particular session is a guide that has tried and true through her life. Like, her life has been a testament of how movement can be a doorway to the life that you desire, the life that you wish for, really embodying the you and your vision of freedom, and how to do that through movement, and just kind of activate that playful side while you're at it. So this is something you don't need to be a dancer per se, but you just need to be present and open to exploring. And she is a phenomenal guide. Like, it's amazing what she can help you kind of activate within yourself, and stuff that you didn't even notice before, speaking from experience, and reconnecting with yourself. So we can't wait to reveal all the people involved because they are amazing. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it so much. Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah. And last but not least, before you get out of there, we're going to do another short presentation led by yours truly, Ufulu Child, both of us, called Mini Routines, Major Shifts.
Yes.
And the Mini Routines, Major Shifts presentation is a short presentation that we will be giving that will enlighten you as to different internal, like in your home, 15-minute, 10-minute practices that aid your healing your condition, if you have one, autoimmunity, whatever. Um, Shed stubborn, unhealthy fat, in unhealthy
like inside
fat
that you
stored
can't see necessarily
in your body,
or whatever.
Feel more alive, that kind of thing, and in such a way that doesn't make you have to add a whole bunch of hours to your day in order to be healthy.
Yeah.
So many routines, major shifts is presentation that we will give, as we are, in fact, holistic health coaches that love to help in that regard. So that is the adult side of the Thrive Zone event.
There's also going to be some really cool aspects, as well as there's going to be a community art wall. So everyone in the event, including the kids, can participate in a collaborative art experience. There's going to be a little art wall on wheels. Well, it's not little, but there's an art wall on wheels, y'all. And throughout the event, there's going to be these breaks where you can engage with it, and everyone adds in. There's affirmations, there's representing your vision of freedom and color. There's all of this, all these components that you can engage with, and the babies will also be engaging with it as well. And the coolness about what else you can expect from the event is, of course, there's going to be some light refreshments. Yes, it is an event that is accessible to like those that may be in a wheelchair. It's ADA accessible venue at Dawa HQ. And for the mamas, because this is an event for working moms and their families, I'm personally bringing a collapsible changing table that will be stocked with non-toxic baby wipes and a little changing pad or whatever, so that you can feel comfy while you're there and you have your little ones with you, especially if there's any that have little ones like I do. We will be bringing our baby, right? So that will be there and available as well, because it's normally not in the bathroom there. So we'll make sure you cover it. We'll make sure you cover.
Coach Tensi likes to highlight that they usually don't have one.
Well, because I was like, man, last time. And
they in the kids corner, they will experience creative free play time, group guided musical parade time, drawing and coloring time. Let me see, some sensory play with different objects time, stacking, whatever, right? Sensory play. Collaborative games, follow the leader, add to the art wall, that kind of thing. And then some movement of their own. So there's, kid yoga, there's, dance breaks for the kids that are different. They don't have anything to do with the actual dance party led by the facilitator.
Yes.
So movement, and we have 2.5, if you will, because one of them is serving two purposes. So for a time, she won't be as a third, but 3 functionally, people over the kids corner. And so, definitely enough. We're not leaving like one person to 15 kids for the entire event, but
yeah,
three, functionally 3, but really 2.5, depending on the time spent. People that are running the kids corner, volunteering.
Yes.
And it's a structured kids corner, so it's not going to be boring for the
Oh
kids.
no.
It's it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Activate their it's like creative teaching in a way,
Yeah,
because
their imagination, their
yes,
love for learning, their
yes, and just
need to
play.
contribute their own answers to things and their own take on things.
Yes, yes. As a homeschooling Montessori style mama, this is gonna be super cool, and especially if you have older kids too. Of course, they can participate with you in the main activities if they choose. They can go back and forth between the kids corner, but we're gonna have some stuff that is a mix in terms of being interesting for different age groups of kids. And the kids corner is really an area where, especially if they are um, 2 to 12 years old, they're going to find something in there that is phenomenal for them. And the older kids, they'll definitely have a good time when it comes to the main event too. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. And with the facilitators for the kids corner specifically, these are working moms that are also healers and creatives. So each of them, one of the facilitators, has this she is phenomenal when it comes to massage and physical healing through body work and massage. And she's also, her modality of choice of expression is also through visual art. And another person that is a facilitator, co-facilitator for the kids corner, her main thing when it comes to the her expertise is, yes, she's a yoga instructor, but also she is a connector when it comes to the arts for kids through dance, through visual art, whether it's painting or it's sensory things. She's been a school teacher. She's worked with for years with kids of various ages, elementary age and beyond, that are um, meeting the challenge of having a label of a disability, right, in our world. And so boldly, and she does it, they do it in such a way that is so empowering and just really gets the kids engaged, and they just love being around them. So I'm really excited to share this experience with you. As a reminder, this is 3 hours. It's a 3 hour event, and it's a 3 hour event that you don't have to find a babysitter for, which is phenomenal. You can be there with your family. You can learn with your family. You can really reclaim your freedom, reclaim your holistic freedom alongside.
The only thing we
people
ask
you
is
love.
that, at least as best you can, don't buy tickets for people that will come in the middle of the event. Right? If you miss the first 5 minutes of the concert, that might be fine. But if we get into the meditation and the true reflection circle and you're trying to walk through the door, that's not cool. So
Yeah.
other than that, bring your whole fam, everybody, get a ticket for everybody. And we will see you guys there. So that's pretty much what we wanted to talk about. It is Shine Day. Of course, shine means share honest, insightful, nourishing expressions with yourself and the community. So we are sharing that this event, Thrive Zone, is a way to shine your light on the community when you come by and participate with your whole self.
Yay!
So just the logistics of the whole thing. It will be held on Monday, January 20th,
which is a
MLK
holiday.
Day. Again, doors open around 12 p.m., 12 noon. So, 11:55, doors actually open. And the event is from 12 to 3. MLK Day, January 20th, 2025, 12 to 3 p.m. The location is Dawa Studios in Austin, Texas. That's DAWA Studios.
Or Dawa HQ if you're searching on like Google Maps or Apple Map or whatever.
Yep, Dawa HQ, Austin, Texas. Tickets are available on Eventbrite, and how to get to that link is through our
Link in the
link
bio.
tree. Yeah, the link in our bio
or
for
the description.
Instagram, Facebook, and the link in the description on YouTube. It's Linktree/Ufulu Child. If you know, Linktree is linktr.ee/your thing, and ours is Ufulu Child. And like I said, who's welcome is moms, your family, so your husband, boyfriend, whatever, your kids, your baby daddy, and your children themselves. Yeah. As well as if you're a mom who, let's say you're a mom who takes care of multiple kids, and they're best friends, but some of them aren't your own, and
right now,
for some reason, you want to bring your kid and two of their kid friends, but their parents aren't able to make it on MLK Day for whatever reason.
Come on, look.
Then you can do that as well.
You can
just
bring
remember
your parents.
They will be taken care of for the whole time.
Yeah, and for working mamas, you can bring your parents, and like maybe your grandma, whoever makes sense that you want to include on your healing journey, because this is low key all about. It's about you, but it's also about your family too.
Yeah.
And this one thing I do want to highlight: when you click the link in the bio, what's going to happen next is you're going to see a little flyer that says Thrive Zone. You're going to click that, and it's going to open up the Eventbrite page. There are a few different options when you get to the page. So you can click to, a button to select tickets. And that's going to take you to a few different options. I'm just going to quickly walk through them so that you know what to expect. So we do have a sliding scale for accessibility. So we wanted to make sure that this event was going to be accessible to as many working mamas in Austin and beyond. If people are coming from out of town, whether it's Dallas, Houston, New York, wherever, you can still participate and it's not going to blow up your budget. Okay. So we do have an option that says sliding scale for a general admission ticket that is there. That is specifically for moms that would love to attend, but you may be facing like any sort of financial challenge, maybe. But we just want to make sure that even if you have a tight budget, it's not going to block you from experiencing the fullness of all of this. So that's available. Tickets start at $20, and for an adult ticket. Now there's some other things in there that we're going to slide in to make it even more juicy. So hold on. Okay. The general standard ticket, that's also an option. You can choose between the sliding scale one or the standard ticket. That one is $35. The extra monies will help support more initiatives like this. And also it helps in supporting the artists and compensating them as well. And the facilitators. So the next option that you're going to see, so there's 2 general admission options and then a VIP option. This VIP option is a 2-for-1. Okay. It's a 2-for-1. So you get one of these VIP tickets and that covers 2 adults. Okay. And when it comes to the adult VIP admission, this is what we were nicknaming kind of the Go Giver ticket informally. And what it includes is a special admission ticket for you plus 1 adult. So it could be you and your partner, you and your friend, you and your whoever, and that they can attend Thrive Zone. It also includes a free 30-day trial to our exclusive Thrive Club 2.0 membership, which is basically holistic health coaching and community and education all in one for those lasting results. It also includes a free Freedom 5 Ultimate Kickstart Guide, which is a PDF guide book that you'll have access to with 15-minute holistic health secrets for working moms. And you're going to also get a free 8-ounce jar of our healing organic whole body butter, which is great for the babies and it's great for you and it's toxic free and it helps balance your hormones. It's phenomenal. Okay. And then last but not least, every attendee is going to get
Every
VIP is going to get an exclusive goodie bag that has some other little surprise things in it. And then last but not least, when it comes to tickets, we do have tickets available for kids too, but they are hecka affordable. If your baby is under 5 years old, bring them and they free, okay? And if your baby is
6 to 14.
5 to 14, then
5 to 14. Pardon?
Then it's only $5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yay. Last things to consider on the page, there are some FAQs with directions to get to the place and how to know if you're at the right place. And there's free parking information and there's some other stuff like that. So,
all right. So that's almost the full breakdown of Thrive Zone. We haven't said any names of facilitators or whatever. We'll get that to you next week. And thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of the podcast. We will see you guys on Monday for B-Day.
Yes. Take good care, love. Bye.